Hey people, Strategist 418 coming back at you with another one. And yet again, we have yet another PlayStation exclusive that has been announced for the PC. Sackboy: A Big Adventure. And man, oh man, I went on Twitter. I usually don't do like the little Twitter salt PlayStation videos because I feel like everybody on YouTube that's, I guess, into the PC gaming community thing, they all have a tendency to kind of just fall back on this when they need views. And I don't really want people coming to my channel just to watch salt videos. It's like, I don't know, it's just not really conducive to my, what I want for the channel. However, I still do like and can I actually talk? I still like and I am entertained by the salt and the mentality of these PlayStation fanboys. So I kind of like to browse Twitter and see what these people think, and kind of see where their mind's at. Are they evolved enough to accept that PlayStation exclusives are going to be coming to PC at a faster rate than they were before? Or are they just going to sit back and result to the typical fanboy jargon that they always fall back on as usual? So we have our first post here from, it seems like a PlayStation fanboy, PlayStation Snap. And PlayStation Snap says, then this is him replying to the Little Big Planet, our Media Molecule Twitter. He says, this is so sad. What PlayStation is doing to the console. It was a good run, y'all. Hope y'all friends on PC enjoy Little Big Planet, one of the former best reasons to own a PlayStation. Hope you all succeed at Rip Snorter. I don't know what that means. So, just because the game is being ported to PC does not mean it's a former reason to own a PlayStation. Anybody who does not want to play on PC, they are still going to buy a PlayStation to play the game if they so choose. If they really want to play the game, they're gonna go buy a PlayStation to play the game. They're not just gonna be like, oh well, it's on PC, so there's no reason for me to own my PlayStation 5. I'm going to sell my PS5 and go build a gaming PC or buy a pre-built gaming PC. A lot of people are not going to do that. A lot of people are just going to stay comfy on their PlayStation 5 consoles. I think this game is also on PS4 if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure, don't quote me on that. But they're going to stay comfy on their PS5s. They're not going to just go and abandon their PlayStation consoles for a PC port. That's insane. So next up here we have Matt, who is just Matt, or I guess Stick Life is his name. He says, fire Jim Ryan. He's trying to ruin the PlayStation brand. Buy it on PlayStation like it's meant to be. Like it's meant to be. Matt says it's meant to be on PlayStation only. It's not supposed to be on Xbox, not supposed to be on PC. It can't be on the Switch, but it's meant to be played on a PlayStation. So, in other words, Matt says that if Sony giving you the option to release and play, to play the game on PC, he said you cannot spend your hard-earned dollary dues to go and play a game that you might or might not enjoy. You have to buy a PlayStation 5 console and be subjected to the PlayStation 5 console's limitations in whatever way it may be, or just Sony's bad business practices. And you have to just put up with it because it's meant to be that way. It's meant to be played on a PlayStation 5 console, even though it can be played on a PC. It's meant to be played that way. Oh boy. Where, and why do people think like this? This is so stupid. And then J.M. Ferretto says, the impression I have is that PlayStation 5 consumers slash customers, as I am, but slash played the beta version of the game. Yes. The improvements you announced for PC, we don't have on the PS5. And lately, I only see Sony slash PlayStation announcing news for PC. Oh, well, that's kind of weird because last time I checked on their channel, they have a lot of content for PlayStation owners. I mean, not only just that, they're announcing games for PlayStation 5 only. Hell, there hasn't been an announcement for Returnal yet. There hasn't been an announcement for God of War Ragnarok yet coming to PC. There hasn't been an announcement for Horizon Forbidden West coming to PC, even though the Nvidia leak said that was supposed to come around this time of September. So they've been announcing a lot of PlayStation content still on their channel. They come out with a PC video maybe every month, every 2 months. So whatever this guy's talk about is very strange, doesn't make any sense. And even if that is the case, if they were only really announcing games for PC, they're all available on the PlayStation 5 already. They're not PC exclusives from Sony. So I don't understand this statement. And as to the other part that you said, as to the other portion of this tweet, you said that the improvements that are on the PC version, they're not available on the PS5. Well, hey JM Ferretto, did you stop to think that maybe, just maybe, these features can't be done on a PS5? That's why they're not on there? Otherwise the game would have had them already. The game's been out for like, what, a year? Maybe 2 years? They would have had them already. But the reason why they don't have them is because the PS5 cannot do 4K 120 for a game like Sackboy Adventure. That's why it's not on there. The PS5 does not have access to DLSS. And I'm not too sure, I haven't seen the trailer, but most of the stuff that they have in the video, the PS5 cannot do. The PS5 probably cannot do. Probably, let's just say probably. Can't say definitively, but they probably cannot do it in a console version of the game. So you're not playing the beta version of the game, you're playing the console version of the game, which fundamentally usually has less things than a PC version of the game. Yeah. And then Chris comes in with the pride flag. Chris Warlock comes and says, why isn't any of these features on the PS5? Did you guys forget the PS5 can do some of these features as well? Well, no, they didn't forget. The problem is, Chris, is that, yeah, the PS5 can't do them. The reason why it's not on there is because the PS5 can't do them. If the PS5 could do them, it would be on there. Yeah, it would be on there, trust me. It would be, but it can't do them. For this game in particular, maybe for another game it could do it. And I'm not even saying that the PS5 is not, even the Series X, I'm not interested in either one of these consoles. But I think these consoles are a lot better, well, at least a little bit better than what we've had for the last 2 generations, with the PS3 360 and the Xbox One and the PS4. These consoles are a lot better. They can actually do 60 frames per second for the most part. I've even seen the Uncharted, they updated Uncharted to run a little bit better, and it's pretty cool. They have like unlocked frame rates and stuff. I mean, what these consoles are offering for $500 is actually pretty cool. Now, for me as a PC gamer, I'm not at all interested because it just seems like half-assed, but it's still cool that these consoles can actually run these games at 60 frames per second now. They can run them at 120 frames per second to a degree, some of them, but they can still do it, you know? So these consoles are finally, in some ways, catching up to the PC hardware and what the PC hardware can do. So, yeah, it can do some of these features of higher frame rate, of course, VRR, you know, variable rate shading, variable refresh rate, I'm sorry. It could do a lot of these things, ray tracing, but here's the problem. The problem is the PS5 in this particular case is not capable of doing these features that a open platform like the PC would access to 4080s and 4090s and whatever AMD's gonna come out with next, and the Intel GPUs and all that shit. That is why you don't get some of these features on the PS5. My man Chris comes in, we need some PS5 only games. We need some PS5 only games. Well, right now you have PS5 only games, kind of. Well, a lot of them are on PS4, but you have PS5 exclusives. You have Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart, you have Returnal, you have GT7, you have God of War Ragnarok coming out in a few, the next few weeks. Actually the next month, right? In November. You have a ton of games. You got a few games that are, Demon Souls. I mean, you have your PS5 only games. Why are you complaining just because these games are coming to PC? Is that your reason, Chris? Chris, we have PlayStation Snap yet again. The PlayStation console is dying right in front of our eyes. Been a PlayStation, I guess he's saying been a PlayStation fan since the literal beginning. I'm going to start taking steps to leave the ecosystem. I draw the line at Little Big Planet going multi-platform. Upgraded for multi-platform. I've had enough. So, PlayStation Snap, what I say to you is, what reason would you have to leave the ecosystem? And where are you going to go, by the way? Are you going to go to Xbox? Are you going to go to Nintendo? Please don't come to PC with this mentality, by the way. You can come to PC. I'm not like all these other weirdos who are saying, oh, PC gaming is closed and you're not allowed to come to PC. All these other weirdos in the PC community. But what I will say to you is, why are you trying to leave the PlayStation ecosystem? It doesn't really make any sense to me. Just because we have PC games coming to, PlayStation games coming to PC. All I can say to you is enjoy your PlayStation console, whether it be the PS4, the PS5, the Vita, whichever PlayStation console you are currently playing on. And I see you are also a fan of Root Letter. I do like Root Letter as well. I have it on Steam, but and also on the PlayStation 4. But one thing you have to realize is that this is not going to kill Sony. This is another market for Sony. This is another million on top of million market share for Sony. You have to understand that. There's nothing wrong with Sony expanding to the PC market. And if you are a fan of PlayStation, you would want them to be successful in the PC market. So it brings in more cash, brings in more revenue for Sony to enhance their services, their games, their peripherals, and whatever else they are releasing. And in fact, Sony is actually releasing PlayStation monitors. You think you would have got PlayStation monitors if it wasn't for PC games? Excuse me, I keep saying PC games. PlayStation games coming to PC? Well, yeah, I mean, hey, that's the whole reason we got them. So just relax, enjoy your PlayStation systems, and hey, when they do crossplay between PlayStation and PC, I'll be there. We can play together. Let's play some games together. I mean, I don't understand you PlayStation guys. I think you should be happy that games are coming to PC, because other people who either have never played your games or have never really enjoyed your games on the consoles themselves, including me, can now enjoy the games, and we could chop it up together about how great these games are. Just because we play on two different systems does not make it to where the games are different. Yeah, the experiences will be different, but the games won't be different. So you guys have to chill out and understand that this is nothing but a good thing. And of course, for our closing tweet, Paris Davis comes in replying to the PlayStation official Twitter. He says, "They are not even PlayStation games." He said they're not even PlayStation games. He's saying Sony didn't make these games. He's saying these games were not on the PS5, the PS4. These are not even PlayStation games. These are just games, man. He said these are just games. Of course. What else would they be, Paris? What else would they be? They're just games. That's all they've ever been. They're just games. And I hate to say it, but I feel like there will come a day, but whatever so-called PlayStation hardware you have will have the same fate the same fate as every previous console, especially if we're losing our exclusives. Well, that's kind of weird, because the fact of the matter is you're not losing any exclusives. All the exclusives are on your PlayStation. I never understood this mentality of people saying they're losing their exclusives. You're not losing your exclusives. First of all, these games, most of these games have been on PlayStation for 1 to 2 years. They've been on PlayStation for 1 to 2 years. If you're losing your you've had access to these games for 2 fucking years. So you're not losing anything, for one. And you're not losing anything because the games are still available to you on your system. Just because now it's also on PC, you feel some weird psychological shit in your mind makes you feel like now these games are not as special as they were before. But just because a game goes multi-platform. And first of all, if a game is on one system and it goes to other systems, it's going to be the same shit. Yeah, the experience is going to be different based upon the hardware that they're porting it to, but it's going to be the same exact game. One of my favorite games of all time, being Resident Evil 1 Remake, was a GameCube exclusive for a while, a very long time, until it finally released on other platforms. And what was the difference? Of course, they made some changes to the gameplay. Capcom, they improved some things, but it pretty much remained the same game. Like, come on, it was the same game that you played in 2002. The only difference now is on the PC, it was playing at 60 frames per second. That's it. Like at 1440p or 1080p, like our 4K. So, like, we need to stop this. This mentality is very stupid, and it's not conducive to the overall game industry. So overall, guys, I hope you enjoyed the little salt from these PlayStation fanboys. I didn't realize how fun it would be to do this video. This is a lot of fun. I definitely have to do this when Returnal gets announced for PC, when any of these other PlayStation exclusives get announced to PC. But yeah, this shit was a lot of fun. I'm definitely doing this again. You guys have to look out. You guys are gonna have to look out for more of these Twitter, reaction vids. I guess they call them the PlayStation Salt. You guys are gonna definitely see more of these from me, absolutely. But in any event, a PlayStation exclusive that is coming out at next month, next month. Uncharted Lost Legacy and Uncharted 4, those two games, I'll be playing those on release because I already have them pre-ordered and ready to go on Fanatical. When they pop, I'll go and hopefully they have preloading and all that stuff. That'll be nice. And yeah, man, I'm looking forward to it, and I will be definitely streaming it. I don't know which one I'm gonna play first. I hate Uncharted 4, but I love Lost Legacy, so I probably might play that first, but we'll see. But anyway, guys, Strategist 418, I love you, hope you love me, hope you enjoyed the video, and I'm out. Peace.